Hey, welcome to your Shores Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. This is going to be a follow-up video to 10 basic rules becoming a successful prepper. I did not go into the items needed to help you become successful. It was a request by a longtime subscriber for items to have before the election, post-election violence potential. My thinking is you should already have these if you are already a survivalist or a prepper. But for those of you that are new to prepping, or an existing prepper that may say, check, 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 I have that, I'm good. I have a list of things that I just picked up randomly that may aid you in your further survival. So let's get started with medical first, because that will be a priority. You may have to be your own doctor. The hospitals may be overwhelmed with a natural disaster, a man-made disaster, whatever, a COVID-type plague. You may have to be your own doctor. So how are you going to survive that if you decide to bug in? First off, surgical masks. These are much finer than the regular masks on there, surgical masks, to prevent particles from yourself or inhaling others. Nasal spray, whatever, coughing, sneezing, surgical masks. Wear them if you are going into a situation where there is an unknown virus or flu in the area. Protect yourself, protect others. Surgical masks. We know that from COVID. Gloves, latex gloves, cross-contamination. You do not want their bodily fluid on you. You do not want to get yourself infected with what they may have, and you do not want to infect others by cross-contamination. Protect yourself, latex gloves. Okay? Next, hand sanitizer. We should all be familiar with this. For sanitation, plus it's a good fire starter. It's alcohol-based, folks. But have this in your pockets or whatever. Hand sanitizer. Next, what are you going to do if you get sick and the hospitals aren't open and you have an infection? Fish mocks, you can get it. They're back in stock before the government bans them again. Go on there. Bird antibiotics, fish antibiotics, perfectly legal and healthy and acceptable for human consumption, even though they say it's not made for human consumption, which it is not. This is an SHTF scenario. Get your regular antibiotics, but these are made in the same factory. One is labeled for animals, one is labeled for human beings, same milligram, same dosage. These are expensive, so put it in your budget, but they come in a variety. This is 30 count ciprofloxacin. Very, very potent medication. But have that on your shelf in case you don't know about those. In case you are taking care of somebody, you decide to bug in, they become injured or they're elderly, they are bedridden. You may not have the opportunity to wash the sheets and everything else if they soiled the linens. Here's something that a lot of people don't think about. Bed pads, absorbent pads, incontinence pads, whatever you want to call it. Have those handy to be able to use them, to place them under somebody that may have diarrhea, incontinence, vomiting, whatever. You're not going to want that spread all over, and you're going to not want to clean that up in a mess by stripping the linen, soil in the bed. Incontinence pads goes a long way. And if you don't have any of those, puppy pads, training pads also work just as well in conjunction with masks and latex gloves. So, something a lot of people don't think about. Now, moving on to generic items around the house. Batteries of all kind, C's, D's, AA's, and also if you have a weapon with a scope on it that requires batteries, have extra of those little round batteries that you put in your scope, because infrared uses a lot of juice. Make sure you have plenty of batteries of all kinds. No power, no light. Speaking of no light, hurricane lamps, lamp oil to help you see in the dark and what's going on around here. Every time I go to a hardware store, I always look for these little LED lights, $5.99. Put them in your pocket for emergency use. They're not shining up a whole bunch of stuff, but it'll help you find your way in the dark or around the house, or in case of emergency where you're in an enclosed area and you're working on somebody can hold this light and shine what you need to do. Pocket flashlights. Self-defense, mace, pepper spray, whatever you want to use, make sure it is a gel that sticks to your attacker's face or body and not a spray that blows back on you in potential in case there is a breeze or a high wind. A lot of times the gel will stick to somebody's face, causing severe burns, even if you are not alive to testify. By going to the hospital and seeing chemical burns on their face may get you the justice you need, because they said he was sprayed with pepper spray gel. It stuck to their face. You still may be able to get some justice even if you're not able to testify. Pocket knives. You should have at least a half a dozen of these and carry them with you at all the time. Doesn't have to be big blades, but they have to be sharp. They have to be sturdy. They come in a variety of shapes, sizes, and brands. Stick with the brand names made of carbon stainless steel, not the cheap Chinese junk. Stick with the brand names. Schrade, Buck, whatever it is. Have some good, sharp pocket knives for everyday use. Next, lighters, plenty of them. Barter item, and you'll go through a lot of them starting fires, lighting candles, Bic lighters. Duct tape, everyday use, plenty of fixes. This is Gorilla Tape. I prefer it over duct tape. It's heavier duty, lasts longer, much stronger. Plenty of that. Hey, WD-40, duct tape, and a wrench goes a long way for everyday use. So duct tape. Next, something that you may not have thought about, battery-operated portable fans. In case it is warm in your house, summertime, wherever it is, D batteries, turn it on. You have your little portable unit. We use these in the hospital for people that, are bedridden, that are extremely hot, recovering for surgery. You could put these close to somebody, cool them off in case the AC is not working, which often happens in large buildings or hospitals. Portable battery units, not very expensive. You can find them online. All right? Something to think about. Garden seeds of all kinds. You're going to have to grow your own food. At some point, you're going to have to learn how to grow your own food. Stock up on garden seeds, but remember, they do have an expiration date. So if you're saying, I'm keeping these for 10 years, they probably won't sprout. So learn to grow and plant. In the fall, after the garden season's done, and the vendors have racks of these at your DIY store at 30 to 50% off, buy them and plant them in the spring. Garden seeds, think about it. Next, for your medical, you may not have a tourniquet, but you need to stop the bleeding, or you need to raise the vein so you can insert an IV. Stretchy bands. See these right here? You see them used at all the blood draw stations and everything else. Stretchy bands. Doesn't hurt to ask if you can have a couple of them. These make great tourniquets. Tighten it down. You have access to drawing blood or stopping the bleeding in case you don't have your own tourniquet. Stretchy bands. Something to think about. Not everybody thinks about that. Kerchiefs of all sizes, shapes, and colors. Kerchiefs to cover your face, wipe the sweat, keep the sun off your head, keep the rain off your head, kerchiefs of all sizes, shapes, and colors. Emergency blankets. You see these handed out to the illegal aliens crossing the border, and it happens to get cold down in Texas. You see these handed out by the Department of Homeland Security to keep them warm. Have these in your medical kit, have these in your get-home bag, have these wherever you need them to at least provide some warmth and comfort. Space-age emergency blankets. Next, tools of all kinds, shapes, and sizes. Hand tools. If there's no power, your battery-operated tools, your DeWalt's and everything else, once that battery goes dead and you have no way to recharge it, you don't have a generator, solar, useless. Hand tools of every kind. Screwdrivers, pliers, hammer and nails, all kinds. Next, portable radio. Battery-operated CD, battery-operated radio, just in case there is somebody transmitting a radio station, NOAA weather, or anything else, some sort of communication. And even if the radio stations are up and operating, sometimes you may just want to catch the news or have some music to brighten the spirits. Portable AM, FM radio. A lot of times people don't think about that. Nobody likes to be dirty. Nobody likes to be around infection. Clorox wipes keep things clean. Where you eat, where you sleep, wipe your face with it, although I don't recommend putting bleach on your face in small quantities to wipe up a spot or an area. May be fine. Keep the Clorox away from your eyes and your mouth, but wiping down counters, wiping down your clothes, your hands, all fine. Clorox wipes. Next, something unusual that I know not many of you have thought about or will think about until you see this. Bandoleros. See the pockets there and the sling? This will hold your mags for your rifle. SKs, ARs, small pockets for your mini mag handguns, a bandolero. You cannot possibly put enough magazines in your chest rig to have a sustainable firefight. A lot of people will say 2-3 mags, 30, 40 rounds each. You may carry anywhere from 90 to 120 rounds, but that's it. The bandolero can hold up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mags, another 200 plus rounds of ammunition, plus mini mags for your pistol or handgun. This will be your resupply or carry you into combat if should there be any. And this will go a long way to help you survive in a must-have situation, a bandolero. You can find these on eBay. At least I did a few years back. I don't know if they're still available, but bandolero from Vietnam, for Korea, get them while they're still available. Last, and a lot of people certainly have not thought about this, emergency litter. You're out in the middle of nowhere. You're in a SHTF situation. There's a group of you. Somebody sprains their ankle. Somebody has fallen ill. You cannot leave them behind. You won't leave them behind. How are you going to get them to their next destination? A quick litter is good up to 500 pounds. 2 or more of you. There's handles on each side, preferably 4. But if no one's injured and you need to carry more supplies, you can unfold this, put your supplies on here. 4 of you can carry quite a bit of supplies for reload, replacement, bringing supplies to those in need by having a litter. Carrying an injured person also. All right? That could also apply to pets as well. But a quick litter unfolding, good for 500 pounds. A lot of people don't think about it. Weighs less than a pound. I put it in my backpack for my emergency medical supplies. All right? Just some things you may or may not have thought of. I hope you found it helpful. Please like and subscribe. Give me the thumbs up. Leave your comments. Listen, folks, censorship, if Kamala Harris wins, and this is no lie, Kamala Harris will censor, along with the social media, censor us out of existence. It will become a one-party system, one-party rule, and it is their way or no way. So please subscribe, please learn, please read, do whatever you can. Priority is get yourself right with God. Ask for forgiveness for your sins. Repentance is the key. Change your lifestyle and get baptized, born again, submerged in water. I hope you found these suggestions helpful. Greg out.